Yummy yummy dog food. 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 Yummy yummy dog food.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Hello. Welcome to yet another 12 days. We've had some fantastic days these last few, this last week, really. This last week, we've had some amazing streams and some awesome streamers to go along with it. Hello, Shavant. Hello, Mr. Airy Channel, Mr. Joe. I love you. Koifer. Hello. Sagewise, Lady Kaza. Appreciate you all there. Pagan Fish for that excellent dino stream just before me just now. If you weren't watching, you definitely missed out. Hello to Loa. Yes. And also, I love how it thought that I said lower over and over instead of Loa. So, yeah. And now it thinks Loa is Lola. So, yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into this. Today's kind of special because it's a, let me also turn this off. No. Let me turn this off. Today's a bit special because I'm not just playing one game. I am playing 3 to 4. they're yeah, it's a lot. So I need to go ahead and get into it. So because I only have like this. Yes, I know I'm on the starting soon page. I know exactly what I'm doing, Mr. Shafant. Thank you though. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and get started though. Once again, we're raising money for Toys for Tots through Tiltify and just getting all the awesomeness together. Unfortunately, there's no current update on the PayPal situation if you live outside the US. I know that's not what you're looking to hear. Unfortunately, PayPal is very slow in getting back to TFT. Very slow in getting back to TFT. And TFT is working with Tiltify. Tiltify is trying to help expedite the process. I know it's difficult. You're not able to donate, but I think once it's resolved, you'll have the greatest Oshipupu that you ever had. I'm not exactly sure if I can say the actual word that starts with the O, so I'm just going with Oshipupu. I don't know if that means anything else, but yeah, I think you'll have that O. Because then you'll be able to just go ahead and get all that money that you've been wanting to unload onto TFT and just let it rip. And it's going to feel fantastic. Just like if you can donate right now. If you're in the US, you can definitely donate to Toys for Tots. They are a wonderful organization bringing toys to children, especially in our current times. I know you've heard that phrase several times already over the past year, but in our current times, a toy to a child whose family otherwise can't afford one right now on Christmas, that is definitely going to be a smiling child. So, with that said, though, let me get to the gaming screen. Hello. Here are my incentives. For $1, you can make me end all my sentences in uwu for a minute. Or, if you're not into uwus, you can make me dab. For $4.99, yes, Team Odd, I gave you an option, but you have to pay for it more. I will speak in my Yoda voice for 3 minutes, which means that the things that I'm reading, the visual novels, will be read with a Yoda voice. And if you're a person within the US and you have a very large wallet and you don't mind making me do something incredibly painful, you can make me read in an Uwu Yoda voice for however long as the voice can last. But you have to pay $1,000 for it, cause that's difficult. Making Yoda Uwu. I'm just saying. Making my Yoda voice, what you just heard, in an Uwu. 1,001 go. 1,001 go. It's for the rest of the stream, so if they were to do it now, well, I would have to do that voice for the rest of the stream. And if somebody gave $1, I would also have to end all of the sentences with uwu, speaking in an uwu Yoda voice. Or dab. You know what? I shouldn't have put all this up there, but it's for the kids. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. Because the kids deserve it more than me. So, go ahead, enjoy yourselves. Our first game up is going to be Bokuten Why I Became an Angel. It is a visual novel released by Manga Gamer, I believe earlier this year, and it's I like it. I like it. I've only played like 2 minutes of it, but I like it. As soon as it opens, you'll see kind of why I like it. know if the game sounds need to come up any or whatnot as well. Oh, it skipped the intro thing? Oh no! Oh no! Can I make it play? Oh, it skipped the intro thing. Because I had to check out the game to make sure there were no surprises. Oh no! Can I? No, I can't. Oh well. Well, there was an intro that started that was basically like possibly a little flashback. I'm not entirely sure, but it was absolutely beautifully done. I would open the game to check it out and stuff because it just gave such a good impression. But anyway, let me go ahead and start this right quick. All right. So what do we have here? Let's go ahead and get in here. The sound so far. Oh, here's the intro. Just read the things. Oh, okay. See, the intro originally would play on its own, but now it does not do that. Now I have to click through it. Or at least I assumed I did. What I want is for Mom to tell me welcome home and to greet me with a warm, tasty meal when I walk through the door. That's beautiful. You know, I bet Chat Translator would translate that as something else other than yeah. Just go ahead and try it. Try putting you in and see if it gives you anything. Or Chat Translator bot can just not do anything. Nice, Chat Translator bot. And yes, I find these two incredibly adorable. I don't know how they're going to end up later though, because I've never really been too far past this little cutscene. I went through earlier today to make sure that one second. I'm letting it read. I'm letting the cuteness be absorbed. Remember, we're basically raising money for Toys for Tots for kids like this. For kids like this, who are just sitting out there. This is Christmas. They don't have toys, but they do have each other. No toys around them, as you can see. No kind of outside toy or anything with them, but they are there. They have each other. We're here to give them something else to play with. Nico, Nico, nee! Aw, also, I totally forgot to... I'll unmute those right quick. I forgot the alerts were muted. All of the Nico Nico just makes me want to do the Nico Nico knee. And the Nico Nico knee is where I power drive my knee into somebody while smiling. Yes, many more happy things. See? Beautiful. Nice little moment there, you know? Nice little moment there. How are the rest of you doing today? October 15th, huh? If only. If only. There's somebody already yelling at me that it's morning. Please, for the love of all the things that are holy, do not continue this. I woke up. It felt like I had been dreaming until just moments ago, but any recollection I may have had vanished the moment I woke up, like a fog had been lifted. I have no idea what sort of dream it could have been. You know, the one where you're dreaming of cute kids just sitting around doing nothing in the snow. That kind of a dream. Doing alright? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. How's everybody else's day been? I hope you're doing alright. Doing fantastic on this fantastic day. As I tried to remember, I noticed someone was here. Why are you heave-hoing? Are you coming through the window? I heard her familiar voice. This happens so often, it came as no surprise. I opened my eyes. She came in through the window. Not gonna lie, I remembered seeing this picture earlier, so yes, I knew that was coming. I just didn't know it was coming right then and there. It's been long, but fun. Amen to that. Amen to that. I know about long days, but fun days. And as expected, it was Nakizaki. Yeah, keep yelling at me. She yelled as she climbed inside. How many times have I told her not to come in through the window? Oh, someone actually did kick... Well, it wasn't me. I know that much. It wasn't me. She yelled as she climbed inside. How many times have I told her not to come in through the window? The first story eaves of my and my neighbor's house, the Nakizakis, were so close that even a child could leap over. Nakizaki had made her way... Nakizaki. I know it sounds probably really weird coming out of my mouth, but Nakizaki. Nakizaki has made her way in over in the exact fashion into my room, actually, ever since we were kids. When we were children, you could play it off with comments like, "What a lively girl. But why did she keep doing such immature things now that we were older? Maybe she just wasn't ready to act grown up." Just look at that. No, you can't. And I'm glad we can't. I'm already up. I got up, careful not to look at her way. Neither of us gave the second thought to me seeing her. We weren't very sensitive to the fact that we were man and woman for some reason. Even though that was how our relationship worked, it was still polite to look away. You're done with the art piece? Awesome. Good to hear, Vari. I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm ready to dab for a... Oh, that's right. Let me go ahead and unmute the alerts right quick. The alerts. There we go. Alright. The alerts are now unmuted. Thank you. We're playing through Bokuton, raising money for Toys for Tots, trying to make sure to get some money for the kiddos so that they have some great Christmas memories in an otherwise pretty cruddy year. Unless they're going to Zoom school, in which they're home all the time. So, yay for them. Anyway. Why are you disappointed? You came to wake me up, so shouldn't you be glad it didn't take long? Also, let's see here. Because waiting for them to talk is not going to be very interesting for a lot of people, I am going to actually read all via the text. But I need to get the sound settings right quick. Okay, voice volume. There we go. Voice volume is down. Cliffy Show, thank you for that, host. But I didn't get to wake you up. I wanted to bang a frying pan with a... Girl, you crazy. You crazy. I wanted to bang a frying pan with a ladle or tear off your covers. If that didn't work, then I could have jumped on top of you with everything I had. We'd known each other since we were kids, but I was getting a bit worried. Are you stressed out or something? I'll definitely give you advice if I can. I'm not stressed out, but if I'm going to do something, then I may as well make a show of it. I'm not sure what to think of that line of thought. You could call Nakizaki a party animal. If there were a festival in town, she was the type who would start heaving up the portable shrine first. Wanting to make everything she did fun was praiseworthy, but it did make me worry about whether or not she'd consider what would happen to me as a result. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. One of these days, Nakizaki was going to come wake me up and put me down for good. Let's see here, you have to work in the school, which is not fun. Put your mask on. Student walks off giving... Oh, that sucks. But hey, at least when you come home, you have the 12 days, Aunt Harris. You have the 12 days. For like until Sunday. I'm not looking away because I made a horrible joke. I promise. Is Aunt Harris still there? Kinda made a bad joke. No, Aunt Harris. I promise. I did not make a bad joke at your expense. I promise. I promise. I did not make a bad joke at your expense. We all good here. We all good. I guess there's nothing I can do if you were already up. I'll make breakfast. She rolled up her sleeves, looking enthusiastic. I don't need breakfast. Can I also say that Mr. Tomoe here looks like he's just an older Kirito? No, you've got to eat breakfast. Skipping dinner is fine, but you have to eat in the morning. So she said. But, she wouldn't let me skip dinner either. She came to wake me up in the morning and made me eat 3 square meals a day. If I left her to her own devices, she would even prepare my clothes for the next day, underwear included, and leave it at my bedside. Naturally, I asked and eventually got her to stop with the underwear. If I left everything to her, I could probably lead the most wholesome lifestyle in the world. Nakizaki's entire family had been watching over me ever since my parents passed away. Her parents said it would be fine for me to live with them, but I declined. That would be far too presumptuous of me, and if I live in the same house as her as well as the way she acts towards me, things get dicey real quick. In any case, I was blessed. That's sarcasm, right? There had to be someone more deserving than me of such special treatment. You skip breakfast rather than dinner? Oh, I can't skip breakfast. I would not be in a good position if I skipped breakfast. But then again, my breakfast can usually contain of just tea and milk and that's it, so... It kinda depends on what you consider as skipping breakfast, because I'm good with just a good cup of hot milk tea. And I can last until lunch. Oh, chat translator will now show the language name. Okay. Oh, what? It says censored on my end. Okay. What, are you still half asleep? Get it together! Nakizaki slapped me on the back. It was quite an impact. Ow. That hurts. I know that was flat. Is that her hair, or does she have a scar over her left eye? If it hurts, then act like it. You're a total zombie. Oh hey! It was supposed to be flat like that. And you're too lively. Nakizaki was always full of energy. You're in the mood, you might do some toast or get a McDonald's on the way to work. Yeah. Not appropriate? Or did it just do something else? Really now? Okay then. Nakizaki was always full of energy and trying to lift my spirits. She probably had been ever since that day. I knew that, painfully so, and felt bad for her. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, I think that's a scar in her, and it just switched from her left eye to her right eye? I heard you. I climbed the hill as she pestered me. It was a seemingly endless, winding slope to the school. A certain classmate of mine had seriously considered changing schools before, because making the climb was too much of a chore. Still, it didn't bother me. As long as I was climbing, I didn't have to think about anything. I wish I was that simple-minded. As long as I'm watching anime, I don't have to think of anything else. Man, if I did that, then anime would be the ultimate escape, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, it kind of makes me think of other things, so... yeah. How's the quality? I know lately my stream has been dropping frames like it's hot, but hope the quality is well. I could focus on silently putting one foot in front of the other with neither time nor need to think about anything extraneous. That was the best thing about this heal. Even Nakizaki must have been getting tired. She had been carrying this conversation by herself for the most part, but she was gradually talking less and less. Nariko! Morning! That was some random anime girl. Yeah. I see somebody is is doing something with names. That's not me. But, okay. She spotted her friend disappearing up the hill with incredible momentum and murmured under her breath. Your friend? Yeah, there's a child yelling outside my room. He must have no toys to play with, and has to just yell and be lively and all that because no toys to play with. Well, hopefully, come this Christmas season, Toys for Tots will be able to give him something, and his family will be able to get him a toy, so that he may not have to scream and yell outside my window throughout the entire winter season. He can play with his toy and enjoy himself. That's why we're doing it. Raising money for kids, Toys for Tots, so that they can get a good old toy. And don't have to yell outside my window when they get it. That makes sense. She was already out of sight. With how she had been running, you'd think she hadn't felt the incline at all. If I could run like that, the world might look slightly different. Okay. Okay. Why is your name so long, Tomoe? Why is your name so long? Joining a club could have done you some good, Kirino Kojima. I wasn't cut out for any of the clubs at our school. Besides, I'm not the club type anyway. If you're not the club type, then what type are you? Nakizaki sighed incredulously at how apathetic I was. If only there were an archery club. It's not like I would have poured my heart into it either way. It would have been enough for me if they'd just let me draw a bow once in a while. He looks like Kirito! Nakizaki's dad was an archery teacher. He managed his own dojo, and he had quite a few students. That's where I learned how to use a bow. Even now, I would draw a bow when I felt like a change of pace. It wasn't like I was paying tuition, so I only used them when nobody else was. What a waste! You're so good at it, too. I'm not. Whether I was good or bad wasn't the issue. As far as I was concerned, a bow was just a tool, and nothing more. I heard a faint chime from atop the hill. The bell! This is bad, Kirino Kojima. We'll be late! I love how I'm actually saying Kirino Kojima pretty well. Oof. Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima, Kirino Kojima Tomoe. I can't say his last name though. First name. I can't say his given name. Kirino Kojima Tomoe. Oh, never mind. I did it once. I told you we didn't have time to sit around and eat breakfast. Yeah, this quarantine mustache needs to go soon. It's like getting up into the corner of my mouth. I apologize for that. Save your whining for later. Hurry up. We ended up being late anyway, huh? We almost made it too. Nakizaki was really annoyed. We came rushing into the classroom, but the teacher had beaten us by a hair. It was really disappointing. Of course, we had just narrowly missed the start of first period, not homeroom. Naturally, the teacher wouldn't overlook it, and we were sent out into the hall together. Hey, Nakizaki, you come to wake me up and make me eat breakfast every morning, so I know I'm in no position to say this, but, stop it right there. I know what you're gonna say better than anyone. I'm not helping either of us if we're both late in the process. She worriedly hurled her head. Cello! Just then, we heard an incredibly out-of-place and cheerful voice. The guy who leisurely approached us was our classmate, Kiyohito Taira. He was the same guy who planned on transferring due to the heel. Why are you guys flirting so early in the morning? We're not flirting. Yes, you are. Nakizaki, you're being kind of loud. I know. Forget about that. What was that cello supposed to be? Oh, you noticed? He was beaming, like he wanted us to notice it. It reminds me for some reason of, what was it? Nichijou. What was Salamat Puggy. That's right. In the first episode, Mio, or one of the ones, I remember Mio's name, but I don't remember if Mio was... No, Mio was the one with the wooden chunks in her hair. So, it was the Genki girl going Salamat Puggy in the beginning. That's what the cello reminds me of. It's a new greeting made up from the Italian word ciao and the English word hello. Feel free to use it. Why do I have to use some gibberish greeting you came up with? It's not gibberish. I stayed up all night coming up with that. Thanks to that, I'm totally sleep deprived. Kiyohito sounded proud of it, but Nakizaki just looked fed up with him. Why bother staying up just for that? You seriously had nothing better to do? I love how she kind of has an Owo face right now. I really love how she kind of has sort of the what of the Owo is kind of turned around, but you can kind of see she has a bit of an Owo face. It's fine, it's fun, right, Tomoe? Why not? I do respect that vitality of yours. See? I could tell his triumphant behavior was starting to get on Nakizaki's nerves. Given how serious she was by nature, a part of her must have had trouble accepting Kiyohito's unrelenting optimism. The three of us hung out a lot, all the same. Careful about pronouncing Owo face. Why? Is there something wrong about an Owo face? Kiyohito was a bit of a loner, though, so he sometimes went off and did his own thing too. So, why are you two standing out here? We're not standing here because we like it. We were forced to. Oh? Forced out of the hall at your age? You're like grade schoolers, he said before cheerfully laughing again. Let me go close that window. 1 second. Apologize for that. Alright, Materion, you have yourself a fantastic sleep. Let's also wake up the chat a little bit. We're gonna do this right quick. Little admin giveaway. So, my current mod should be Shavant, I believe. Shavant, go ahead and open up a giveaway. We have some copies of the games that I'm currently that I'll be playing from my block, and I definitely want to give some of them out to y'all. So we're gonna do that. No, it's for Bo-Katan. Now the rest of the Bo-Katan keys you gotta donate for, but at least one freebie for every game. For each game that I play, there will be at least one freebie. So let me continue on with this. Okay then, you two stand there and play nice. Huh? Wait, hey, you... With that, he walks confidently into the classroom. And then... came right back out. She told me to stand out here too. Knew it. Of course she did. You were even later than we were. I'm surprised you barged right into the room like that when we were already forced to stand out in the hall. I thought I wouldn't get caught if I acted confident. There's no way that would work. Yeah. Shut up! Stand there quietly! I love how the teacher looks just about as young as them. I'm sorry. She got mad at you. Kiyohito didn't look like he was reflecting on his actions at all. It's your fault for being so loud. Why am I the one who has to apologize? It's all good. Anyway, let's go to the roof. Everybody comes out for the giveaways. Everybody comes out for the giveaways. Yes, it is a tiny Lolinia you see getting hacked. How you doing today? Did that just... Did my Did my captions just call you getting tackled? It could have been. Hello, Vortian, Lithium Flower, Alex Knight, Yoda, and all them good people are here. I know some of y'all are already here. Yeah, hello. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well. I know some of you may not be hearing the sound of my voice, but yeah. Guys, did you see that there's a sound command now? Do exclamation point yummy. You already know what it is, but I'm just saying, exclamation point yummy.
Yummy, yummy dog food?
There you go. Huh? What are you talking about? We're supposed to stand here. Standing out here won't do us any good anyway. It's not like we're gonna learn anything from it.
Yummy, yummy dog food?
Big talk from someone who showed up even later than we did. I can't do anything about it now. All's well as long as I'm not late next time. Don't look back, look forward, right? You're so full of yourself. There's no way I can do that. Then we'll just go without you, right, Tomoe? I don't care either way. Huh? Okay, Nakizaki, we're gonna go now. Hey, wait! A cold wind blew past and chilled me down to my very core when we opened the door to the roof. Ugh, so cold. Of course it is. It's the roof. I still think it's a bad idea for us to come up here during class, especially when we were told, yes, that is a scar on her face. That is definitely a scar and not her hair. There's a story behind that. There's got to be a story behind that, especially since he said, oh, that day, ever since that day. What day? Is it the day she split her head in half? I still think it's a bad idea for us to come up here during class, especially since we were told to stand out in the hall. Then why don't you head back? We'll just flirt without you. That's not gonna happen. There's no way I'm going back by myself. I can't leave Kira and Kojima alone with you. You're way too overprotective. Kirito went on to the roof with a laugh and took up his usual favorite spot, the corner with the best view. The best view? For the best toys, right? I can feel that being a horrible transition, but you know what? The best toys should go to some of the most lonely kids out there. Instead of them going up to a roof, looking out, and having no toys for them to, play with or anything, or just, again, randomly yelling outside some old guy's window. Can we get some hype for Toys for Tots? Can we get some hype for Toys for Tots as we try to raise some money for them? Don't worry, I can dab. Kind of. You just gotta pay $1 for it. Just gotta hear that sound. Gotta hear that donation sound. But, that's if you can. I know there are some people who can't. But if you can give some money to Toys for Tots, feel free to give some money to Toys for Tots. They help all the kids around that they can. Get to as many of the underprivileged families as they can. I know there's some people that have had some really real personal experience with Toys for Tots. If any of them are in the chat, feel free to share some of your experiences with Toys for Tots. I mean, really, honestly, feel free to share. I'd love to hear your story as I read a story. Storyception. The rooftop had recently been made off limits, but we still used it frequently. It was practically a meeting place at this point. Actually, the spot used to be mine, and mine alone. Before I knew it, these two had joined me. They were both just really friendly. I stood next to Kyohito and could see the damp-looking cityscape in the distance. When you stared at it, it felt like it would suck you right in. I mean, it is a good cityscape. I mean, look at that. That is a really nice looking mountain area here. You can see all the little houses and all that. See all the stuff just splattered around with all the great greenery. And that sky. Look at that sky. That sky is amazing. Look at that sky. That sky is amazing. I love how he had an ellipsis for when I just did that whole look at my horse. My horse is amazing, except for replacing horse with sky thing just now. That's the exact reaction people should have. 3 dots. Hey, you okay? Kiyohito and Nakizaki looked at me, seeming concerned. I'm fine. Why do you ask? What do you mean, you okay? Why, huh? Nakizaki peered over the fence, down at the ground. That was when I realized why they were okay, come on. Did he fall from a tall height? Was it you because of the scar you got on your face? What's going on? Yeah, I'm okay. I won't fall. Apparently it was him. I took a quick look below. We were on a 4th-story roof, so we were pretty high up. You've got a record after all. Was it made off limits because of you, dude? That was an accident. Something like that had happened. I once fell from here, but naturally it wasn't intentional. I was, however, well aware that it was probably my fault that they thought I had fallen on purpose. I looked down again. I may have survived this fall once, but it was high enough that I probably wouldn't survive a second time. I'm fine. I said it again to convince myself. Well, that's good. Anyhow, it sure is cold. You gotta go? Alright, Aunt Harris. I'll see you later in a different chat. You enjoy yourself, and we'll keep raising that charity cash. Nakizaki quickly changed the topic. It was that chilly time of year where we had already switched over to our winter uniforms, and this frigid, windy rooftop definitely took its toll on us. Still, there was no real substitute for how tranquil it was up here. It was so serene, it was as if time had stopped. Even accounting for the fact classes were still in session, this place was indeed quiet. Whenever we come here, it seems like this place is at the end of the world, Kiyohito whispered with a shrug. Don't you dislike quiet places like this? Kiyohito liked it when things were busy and lively, but this place was the polar opposite of that. Nah, I don't hate them that much. This spot's not bad. Really? I'm not a picky guy. Yeah, that's true. I've been hanging out with Kiyohito ever since we wound up in the same class last year. By the way, Nakizaki had been assigned to a different class at the time, so they got to know each other through me. I hadn't known Kiyohito for very long, but I couldn't really recall him ever saying he hated something. Food, people, school subjects, it seemed that way for everything. Kiyohito was a really mysterious guy. That silent side of you seems kind of suspicious. Nakizaki seemed to dislike that part of him, though. In a way, Nakizaki's personality was the exact opposite. She was very clear about what she liked or disliked and had a way of making that known to everyone around her. The fact that she wasn't two-faced was Nakizaki's saving grace. And that's why everyone trusted her so much. I often saw her giving friends advice. Even though I had witnessed it firsthand in the past, she never shared those conversations with us. She kept everything under strict confidentiality. That was yet another reason why people trusted her. Knowing Kiyohito, he would probably spread rumors the second he heard it. It wouldn't be out of malice, he was just the type who couldn't keep secrets. And with that, I do believe we're getting close to that hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm going to go ahead and save this right quick, save data. Because I'll be playing this later on my own time. I have been waiting ever since I got this game. I have been waiting to play it because I've been waiting to play this for 2 or 3 years now. It finally released this year. When I got it, I couldn't play it because I had to keep it for 12 days. Now that I've done my 12 days commitment, you may not see me for a couple of days on Discord. I'm just letting you know. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get to our next game. Our next game is actually very, very fun. It is the expression Amrulato. At least that's how I think you say it. And it's another visual novel, yes, but it has a twist. It's based on Esperanto. It teaches you a kind of fictionalized version of it, even though a lot of it is correct. There's still some words and stuff that are not part of our language, but there's a story reason for that. But for the most part, it's a very interesting game because it literally teaches you to read a different language. And it has little study sessions and little study parts to it that you can actually do, and little worksheets you can do. And it has pop quizzes in the middle of playing the game. I am not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. It actually does give you a pop quiz in the middle of the thing. Alright, and with that, whoever my head mod is can go ahead and close that giveaway. And go ahead and close that giveaway and roll a winner while we enjoy this cool music. In fact, let me go ahead and show you the study mode right quick, since I do have that partially open. You can study with drawings, you can do the infinitives, study numbers, etc. That was talking about numbers. So number study, let's do that real quick. It gives you, yes, just one. Just the one. Congratulations again, Kaki. You have won yourself a copy of Bokuten, Why I Became an Angel. You'll get that at a later date. And by later date, I mean it could be later today or it could be after the 12 days. One of those two. But they will be coming towards you. Just letting you know. And with all this, once again, you can... You can pretty... Well, there's, like I said, there's pretty much some words that are not of Ari. There's some things in here that are and some things that are not. I don't know what is and what's not. There are some things that are and some things that are not. That's all I know. But you can study the different numbers. You can... I don't know if there's a way to prevent her from saying this, but this is the stuff that shows up in the middle of while playing as well, which is why it looks like I'm already in the middle of the game. But you can go through all the things. You see how to create the numbers, how you do up to 100, etc., 1,000, all that. It really is teaching you in the middle of this. And basically what it is that you're all of a sudden in a world where you don't understand anything. It literally isekais you without you. I mean, you don't even need a truck. That's rather morbid, but yeah, you don't even need the isekai truck. Just literally isekais you. Let me go ahead and get to the story part. Wait. I told you it had pop quizzes.
見えてきた気がする。私天才かも。自分の才能が怖い。私天才かも。見えてきた気がする。時間が24時間制だからそこまでの数字を混ぜて。
Why? I didn't even study. I didn't think it was gonna bring the pop quiz up.
自分の才能が怖い。
I haven't played this in like a month.
とりあえずおぼえたぞ。私天才かも。見えてきた気がする。もう問題見なくても答えられそう。自分の才能が怖い。もう3桁とか4桁混ぜてもいいよね。えい。
Did. I did.
なんかかなり増えたぞ。
Yeah.
とりあえずおぼえたぞ。見えてきた気がする。とりあえずおぼ。自分の才能が怖い。見えてきた気がする。私天才かも。途中だけどもういいや。
Alright. I managed to pass that pop quiz. Cool. Anyway. Let's go ahead and see how she gets into the situation. And no, this time I'm not turning off the voices. I don't want to voice her. Oh, I'm sorry, Kaze. I didn't mean to make you almost puncture yourself. As I left the station, I finally felt a sense of relief. I was exhausted from the 10-minute delay on the train, but thankfully I made it back home in one piece.
にしてもやたら長い時間調整だったな。
Ridiculous delay, huh? With all the announcements they kept saying, the train ahead is, it made me wonder, can't we at least move? I guess that would have been pretty difficult with both trains on the same track. But still, it'd be a pretty nifty solution to the world if we could just switch from one rail to another. You know, like isekai. Heh, 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 heh.
いいのいいの。
There's no sense agonizing over the past. Life is all about looking ahead and not forgetting your goals. And today I had a goal that nothing was going to distract me from.
はよ変われ。
The crosswalk signal in front of the station was costing me precious time. Though I guess if I wanted to put a more positive spin on it, that meant I had more time to think. Time to myself to think, right?
どんな味なんだろう。
The image of Yuzu's blissful and disheveled face popped back into my head. I can't believe you've never heard of them. Aren't you supposed to be from around here? Maybe I should start calling you Boring starting tomorrow. I knew they had to be good for her to tease me so much.
超ハードル上がったからな。覚えとけよ。
I placed both hands over my chest, which was puffed up in anticipation. The instant the light changed, I sprinted across like an Olympic athlete. My target was a newly opened taiyaki stand on the edge of the bustling shopping district, which was full of people hunting for end-of-month sales.
そりゃなんとなくはチェッ クしてたけどさ。
You keep telling yourself that, Reen. Whenever I passed it before, I'd always had a mouthful of sweets or hands full of bags, or thought I'd come back with someone later. I just never had the opportunity. That's why, first thing this morning, I made the decision to go today. I just had to have some of this taiyaki I'd been hearing so much about. Somehow, the old, familiar cityscape had a kind of fresh new look to it.
たいたいたい焼き。
She's dancing. She's dancing in the street. I love sweets.
皮はパリッと、中はしっとり。
You love sweets a whole lot, don't you, dear? Just thinking about that first bite that melts in your mouth was more than I could bear.
たい焼き屋さん、ロックオン。
Normally, there was a line, but right now, the last customer was just about to leave. I picked up the pace and slid up to the counter.
いらっしゃいませ。あんこ一つくださいな。
Did she really? Yes. Yes, she really. Yes. Yes, she really. Maybe I was a little too excited.
あんこお一つですね。当店はこしあん仕様となりますがよろしいですか？
はい。
I was so embarrassed. I couldn't look the smiling clerk in the face. I just knew she had to be laughing at me in her head.
お待たせしました。お一つでお会計税込み170円となります。
どうも。
I handed her the exact change I had been carrying in my pocket since before I got on the train, and reached out to take the paper bag she was offering.
暑いので気をつけてくださいね。
I nodded as I took the bag, savoring the heat.
これこれこれ。焼きたて最高。
Now, hearing her say yakitate just made me think about Yakitate Japan. That was a great anime. Food wars before food wars. Each day had its share of troubles, but moments like these made them fly away.
いただきます。
The part sticking out of the bag was crispy, while maintaining just the right amount of firmness. She sounds so excited for something you're not even sure what she's eating. It's like a pastry filled with sweet bean paste. And usually it's in the shape of a fish. The subtle Japanese flavor and the piping hot sweetness in my mouth were incredible. The taste was far above my expectations. I almost forgot where I was for a minute.
お客様？
I love her face. Like, eh? Wait, why was I chowing down right here and now?
すみません。とても美味しいです。
That's right. I was still in front of the taiyaki stand. As I came back to my senses, I realized that a line had started forming behind me. I quickly stepped aside to escape the eyes watching me.
恥ずかしすぎる。
I tried to put some distance between the stand and myself. But just as I turned a corner to head back a back alley, I tripped and lurched forward, scrambling to stay upright. Somehow, I managed to put my hand on the wall to avoid disaster. I didn't know what had gotten into me the past few minutes. Anyone watching would have thought I was just some weirdo.
知り合いとかに見られてないよね。
Nothing would be worse than if one of my classmates saw me. Anything but that. I lifted my head and prayed that I had avoided that level of misfortune. Thankfully, no one had seen me. You see that? None of y'all saw this just now. None of this happened just now, okay? Y'all understand? None of this happened. Y'all saw nothing. Y'all saw nothing. Nothing. But something wasn't right. Kaze, you see the fish in her hand? That's the teriyaki. Also, the food did not go bye-bye, Taloa. One of these days, I'll make sure to get that right on the first try. I was overcome with an indescribable sense that something was wrong. You've been isekai'd, girl. If I had to put my finger on it, I'd say the atmosphere didn't seem right. Thinking maybe I had something in my eyes, I rubbed them with my sleeves. But even with my vision clear, nothing was any different. No, this was wrong. Wrong. Something was definitely off, way off. It wasn't just my eyes. Something was wrong with my ears, too. This is the expression amrilato. I'm not sure if it's actually in the database. We can try right quick, though. Game. The expression amrilato. Yes, it does. It does exist. Bokutin didn't exist, but apparently this one does. I couldn't quite make out what the people on the street were saying. She's just been isekai'd, everybody. Literally. That's how quick she was isekai'd. There was no portal, there was no truck, there was no god. She just all of a sudden is in a different world. That's how quick the game is. What had I just been doing? What was I doing now? What am I? All at once, a childhood memory came back to me. I had lost my grip on my mom's hand in a busy crowd and started to look everywhere for her in a panic. She wasn't to my left or right, in front of or behind me. She was nowhere to be found. Yes, this felt exactly the same as back then. My whole body coursed with the despair of being all alone. It was impossible. At my age? After all, I knew this place, but something felt subtly different. I shouted without thinking. Then I noticed the sky overhead. It's evening? That wasn't possible. It hadn't been much later than 2 p.m. when I got back into town. More than an hour couldn't have passed since then. Oyatsu time. That makes me laugh. I checked my phone and confirmed that my estimate wasn't too far off. What was off was the view in front of me. We can ask that, and we can also say the answer. Because anime. This wasn't the color of an evening sky. This was totally different from the color of a sunset. It wasn't the red, orange, or deep purple that came with the approach of nighttime. It was something I had never seen before. It wasn't an unpleasant color, but it looked terribly ominous. Maybe I was just suffering from exhaustion. If not, could it have been the taiyaki I just ate? Had it actually been laced with some illicit substance that was giving me hallucinations?
言い過ぎると思ったのは
Is that why it tasted so good? If that was the case, then this was serious. The other customers who'd bought taiyaki would be in trouble too. I hurried back to the shopping district's main street. I stood dumbstruck for almost 10 full seconds.
なんじゃこりゃ
The cityscape I should have known well was subtly different. The storefronts, they all had signs written in letters I couldn't understand.
たい焼き屋さん
I looked around frantically, not finding anything, but a pleasant scent wafting in the air led me to it. But, it wasn't coming from the stand I had just been to. If my memory served correctly, this should have been a ramen stand.
どうしようどうしよう
Oh, we have some giveaways to do? Oh. That is, I did not know. Oh, there's some more giveaways that would be done. What did you say, Damien? What do I do? What do I do? My nausea was quickly surpassing my fear. Someone enter me in by putting uwu in front of the command to enter the giveaway and make the bot enter for me. I had to get my bearings somehow.
すみません
I met the gaze of a girl and approached her, bowing my head as I spoke.
ここって杉玉商店街ですよね
I was hoping she would respond with, "Yes, that's right." But the reality was different. All she did was tilt her head with an extremely puzzled look on her face. And then,
Pardon, mini complaints que obedience.
"I'm sorry, I don't understand you?" She shook her head like she was apologizing. She certainly looked Japanese, but we couldn't communicate. In that case,
Excuse me.
what about English? I was sure that I was sure what I should I wasn't sure what I should say after that though. Please understand me. I bowed my head again as if in prayer. She just smiled at me and said,
Me grabas.
I have no idea what she was saying there. And left with a smile.
英語もダメなの
Yeah, apparently English is no good either, sweetie. Even after I had swallowed my pride to display my barely passable foreign language skills, I was heartbroken, and my enthusiasm levels had dropped to half. Still, I wouldn't let myself be discouraged. I would just keep finding new people to challenge until I found one who would understand me. Did you find somebody to understand you, sweetie? Oh, looks like you did not find somebody to understand you. That's also a screenshot. Sorry, I really like that screenshot. Not being understood by anyone was a miserable feeling. And being completely unable to understand what anyone else was saying was beyond disheartening. I was shocked when I tried speaking to a girl around the same age as me, only to have her walk away without a word. The final blow was when I started to feel like people were watching me with suspicion. Well, even the laid-back people in the shopping district would lose their patience if some confused girl started going up to everyone trying to talk to them in a strange language.
すみません引っ込みます
I went into a deserted back alley and sat in a corner. My eyes glazed over as I stared out at the barely visible shopping district at a complete loss. How had things come to this? Aww. She's sad now. She's sad. Let me catch up on the chat right quick. Let's hear. Thank you, Materion. I appreciate that. Okay. That's why. Okay. Thank you, Damien. Thank you. Yeah, I guess people. Is my camera too small to see for the dabs? I would have thought somebody would have tried to make me dab by now, but then again, we do have the issue. We shall see. Okay. Let's try to calm down and think about this. 1. Something's wrong with me. 2. Something's wrong with the world. 3. Something else is wrong. If it's something wrong with me, then I need to pin down the cause. If I can figure out the cause, then I can start to figure out how to fix it. What if, as it progresses, it starts to affect senses besides my vision and hearing? Am I already too far gone? I should at least check my sense of taste. Did she just eat more of the taiyaki that she just said that she thinks is laced with some illicit drug? I shoved the not just bit it, but she shoved the rest. Oh, hey! Donation! Alright. Do you want a dab or a... Because I saw it was $1. You want a dab or a... Or uwu speak? Uwu at the end of every sentence. If it was in the donation... I'm sorry, I did not see it in time. It said uwu time? Alright. I shoved the rest of the taiyaki into my mouth, uwu. Even though it cooled off a little, I could tell it was still as scrumptious as ever, uwu. Wait, am I stupid, uwu? I just devoured the whole taiyaki, even after my earlier suspicions, uwu. Now my condition might get even worse, uwu. What if I was headed right back to where I started, uwu? I decided to forget about the taiyaki for the time being and try to consider other possibility woos. If there was nothing wrong with me, then what if the answer was something wrong with the world, uwu? How did things get this way? I remembered a foreign TV show I'd seen online, uwu. In it, they targeted people turning into a back alley, broadcasting their surprise to a laughing audience as the person's path was blocked by a fake wall, uwu. When the confused target would try to head back the way they came, a woman's scream would ring through the deserted alley, uwu. As they looked around frantically, trying to figure out what was happening, a black-robed figure would appear from behind a corner and approach the target brandishing a red-stained sickle, uwu. The audience would laugh and exclaim at their reaction, and the scene ended by showing each target's response to seeing the camera after the trick was revealed, uwu. Honestly, it would cause so many problems if they tried to do the same thing in Japan, uwu. But what if they tried filming a gentler kind of surprise, uwu? Does the stream count as a camera? It was a little late at this point, but now all I was worried about was my messy hair and clothes. I tried to look around. This isn't SNL, woo. The Rise, thank you for that host. I tried to look around casually to see if I could spot a camera somewhere. On the corner, I saw what looked like a camera under a dim light. So, it had been a prank all along. Wait. That was just a security camera.
ないない。本当に大掛かりなセットだったとしても。
And how could they have changed the color of the sky? So, what else was there? What about some combination of options 1 and 2? They could have drugged my food and then built some sort of fake shopping district while I was unconscious. The sky appearing pink and my inability to talk to anyone could be a result of the drug. Alright, I was starting to get somewhere. If that was the case, then I should just wait here quietly for a while. Eventually, the drug would wear off and the TV crew would come out with their cameras. Bonendagon? Yes, just like that. Some scruffy middle-aged guy would come up to me like, I'm not sure how to tell you this, but... Wait, not like that at all. What was that sweet-sounding voice? Sound like an uwu personified. I jerked my head up, unable to trust my own ears. Standing in front of me was a lone girl. Was this a trick? What kind of prank was this? If this was part of the prank, I had no complaints. I tried to confirm my suspicions first. Where's the camera? Really? Seriously? That, what? I tried my hardest to use the native pronunciation, but she didn't seem to understand. It was probably because she couldn't understand English. Right? Oh, hello, Ruka. Yeah, she was definitely not speaking English. Estás? Estás? I know it sounds bad. Don't worry about it. I'm not trying to butcher the language. I promise. And what is this estás? I got the sense she was asking me something, but I had no idea what. All I could do was shake my head from side to side. I have no idea what you're saying, sweetie. I felt so guilty over how concerned she seemed for me. Even... In that case, I would make an effort to find the subject in what she was saying. Wait, maybe the reason she looked so concerned was because I wasn't answering. Alright. I would listen closely to the next thing she said and casually respond with a question of my own. I pricked up my ears and waited for her next words. Hey, we got more, and I believe it says uwu again. So we're going to be adding uwu to our sentences as soon as I realize exactly what to say here. Don't worry, I will not count it just yet. I felt like I'd hit on something. Was it someone's name? Uwu? Ah, so it was Uwu. But I still had no idea who that person was, Uwu. Wait, now I was just picking up the conversation in my head, Uwu. Just as I was scolding myself, Uwu.
¿Tú vienes estás correspondiendo?
From her intonation, she seemed to be asking something again, Uwu. How long would this conversation go before I could make her understand I don't understand you, Uwu?
待てよ。いいよ。
Even if I hadn't gotten through, there was something she said that got through to me, Uwu.
あなた、今さっきイエスって言わなかった？ Yes?
There! She said it again, Uwu. She said it kind of questioningly this time, but I definitely heard the word yes, Uwu.
英語通じるっぽい。
I'd finally met someone I could communicate with, if only that were true. I still had to deal with the unfortunate handicap of my subpar English skills.
です。Hello, my name is Lee.
I thought I'd try to start by introducing myself. Huh? She just froze up. Was my pronunciation that bad?
英語ならなんとかなりそうなのに。英語？そう、日本語が通じない以上、それだけが頼みの綱なのに。日本語？日本語。あれ？まさか日本語わかるの？日本語わかる？わかりません。
So do you understand it or not? Which is it, Uwu?
あなた、日本語話せますか？日本語、ちょっとわかります。
Oh, she understands a little bit of it. She understands a little bit. Okay, that makes sense why she said understand, not understand. Okay, got it. Awesome. We established communication. All right, let me catch up on chat. SNL, there we go. Oh my God, it's Lolly. Oh my God, it's Sarias. Should have cam on. Well, I do have cam on often. I just don't stream often. Well, probably bigger eventually. No, cam will never be 70% of the stream. No, I was just ignoring chat because I'm reading a game that requires me to actually read it. So I came back to chat to it, not to ignore cam comments. I think the answer to that is yes. Maybe Lolinia is just camera shy and doesn't want him to see him that well. Not really, I just wanted my camera to fit somewhere. I can fix it. It's not like it's a big issue. Hold on. Here, I'll put it over here. There you go. Y'all thought it was gonna be the whole big ordeal, huh? But now it's covering one of our waifus. You can see most of the screen. You can see most of her. Girl, she just said she understands a little Japanese. Not for you to just word salad all over her.
Pardon, said tranquilligia.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but I can tell you're kind of nervous. Pardon me for a second. Apologies for that. Had a quick important call to take. Alright. Here we go. By the way, if Lashes is listening, I'm okay for the 17th now. Alright. She said she understood a little. Of course she wouldn't be able to understand me suddenly unleashing a torrent of Japanese on her like that.
ごめんなさい。全然あなたは謝らないで。
I had a wry grimace on my face, but my companion was smiling sweetly. This girl was so nice. It was still up in the air whether I could convey my situation, and I felt really bad about imposing on her, but I had to have faith that this girl would be able to help me.
ねえねえ、よかったら交番まで案内してくれない？
If this were my hometown, I would just head for the building on the next intersection with If this were my hometown, I would just head for the building on the next intersection over without even bothering to ask.
いやいや、ここは地元だよ。そうじゃないって言うなら。
Oh, we're drawing winners for the 2064 game. 2064 read-only memories. Congratulations to our winners. Who are all the winners? We have Enigma. We have Sagewise. Who's gaming now? Lithium Flower and Jay Perez. Congratulations, all winners. By the way, your job ain't over yet. You gotta open up a giveaway for Expression Amarelado, the game we're currently playing.
中味コンドーグフィン伝わったのかな。とりあえず、Yes!
What? Do you even know what you were saying yes to, though, girl? From the feel of it, I thought, hoped, that she had gotten the gist of what I was asking. I summoned up my courage and stuck out my hand for a handshake. That, at least, had to be a universal gesture, or in this case, a multiversal gesture. Are you allowed to enter in for that one? Yes, just uwu the bot, and make the bot enter for you. And even you don't have to do it yourself. Someone else could do it for you if you wanted to if you wanted them to uwu the bot in, so it still doesn't look. Yes, you are allowed to get through that. You just need to uwu the command. So just enter it, and Materion could do it for you if he's still here. He said 1 or 2 good nights already, so he may be on the end of it, or he may still be staying. Oh, she speaks Japanese to us. Yes. Yes. There you go. Type uwu in chat in order to enter in for the Expression Amarelato, the current game that I'm playing. It's a fantastic game, and it does eventually start teaching you a bit of Esperanto. And by a bit, I mean basically it's carbon copies and teaches you an entire different language. It didn't seem like I had done a very good job of introducing myself. Instructing myself, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm instructing myself while trying to raise money for Toys for Tots. That's what's going on here. If you're not from around the 12 days, if you don't know what we're doing here, we are currently raising funds for Toys for Tots, an organization created over 60 years ago to bring children of underprivileged families toys on Christmas. They provide joy to a kid who otherwise would not have joy on Christmas, or otherwise would not know the joy of a new toy. Oi. Anyway. Oh. Yo. Oh. It didn't seem like I had done a very good job of introducing myself the first time, so I gave it another shot. I made sure to place my hand on my chest like last time for emphasis. Would she get it this time? My heart raced as I waited for her response, and after she gave it some thought, she told me, copying my gesture. The way she nodded bashfully and spoke with that quiet voice was so cute. Once things had settled down, I wondered if I could get a picture of her. Now that my energy was back, I followed this girl who held my fate in her hands, Ruka. She led me past the front of the station. Then we entered the residential area. I didn't usually go to this part of town, so it was hard to tell at a glance what was different and what was the same. My eyes just kept getting drawn to the foreign writing on the utility poles and house nameplates, my inability to read them only reminding me how stressed out I was. Coco this. This. Ruka stepped onto the property of a fancy-looking 3-story apartment building and beckoned for me to join her. She literally took a cute girl off the street home. I couldn't find anything resembling a police box nearby. No, I said that anybody could enter the bot into it as you. Because the bot is you. No matter who put the bot into the giveaway, it was gonna be you. Oh hey, Freeware Pirate. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Sorry, this music is really good to me. I like this music. Oh, well, only one of him is only one of him is winning. If the bot wins, then we'll re-roll. That's what we'll do. There's a random card. There's a wild card in the giveaway now. If the bot wins, re-roll. There's a chance you could end up with disappointment twice in a row. Plus, we were quite away from the station.
Bonvaloo and Veni.
I didn't want to get left behind, so I followed after her. And then I found myself waiting on a living room sofa for some reason. Good morning, Arya. How are you doing? I wasn't sure how long it had been since Ruka went to a room in the back with her phone in one hand. Based on her gestures, I got the feeling it meant something like, "Sit there!" So I obliged. But I was still uneasy being left alone. I probably shouldn't just... I didn't realize that was her talking. From Ruka's behavior, I figured this had to be her home. But even so, why did she bring me here? The chat is full of F's. I know I'm going to fail my test. You don't have to remind me. Maybe she needed to take care of something before she took me to the police box? Well, at least it gave me a chance to use her bathroom. Yeah, you needed to let out that taiyaki, didn't you? I felt myself calm down as I sipped the drink she had left me. Come to think of it, I hadn't had anything to drink since lunch. Now I might be able to think a little more clearly. First, I should try to get my bearings somewhat. Where was I right now? Putting aside the obvious dumb answer of Ruka's house, what was this place actually? I mean, the sky is pink, girl. The sky is pink. Pink! You're nowhere near Japan right now. It was like my hometown, but not. It was similar, but different. The atmosphere was different, even putting the color of the sky aside. The icky feeling clinging to my skin made me unbearably uncomfortable. But at least now I had calmed down a little. And that was thanks to Ruka. I would have to be sure to thank her once she came back. Did I fail math? No. But I was not the best math student. By that I mean I understood everything that they were trying to teach me, could do the problems very well, but I don't want to write all that. Worst off, just seeing the numbers flying in front of my face doing math, I don't want that. Like, literally, I can see number 2, 3, etc. writing out right in front of my face. And I could do the math. Usually that's how I did all math in my head. But, yeah. I don't want to go, I don't want to write all that. and I don't want to have to continue doing large amounts of math in my head. So I was not the best math student. Question. So if she is here, did she switch places with another Marine from this unit? No, and maybe what I'm seeing, from what I know about this, basically, there are travelers, basically, that just sometimes end up in this dimension for some reason. Why? I don't know. This may be a bad idea, but I think I know what the next keyword will be. Oh dear, Yoda has an idea. Yoda has an idea. Yoda has an idea. She'd been gone at least 10 minutes, hadn't she? Not knowing how much longer I'd have to wait, I took out my phone to kill time. I absently tapped an icon to open an app, only to be met with disappointment several seconds later. No signal. Your brain is trying to work things out rather than your first experience with Virtue's Last Reward. I don't know what Virtue's Last Reward is, but, yeah, basically she just ended up in this world. I tried holding my phone in every position I could think of, but failed to get even one bar. Girl, you're nowhere near where they have telephones. Now, once I went somewhere with reception, I'd have to remember to go online. Oh, I know about the Zero Escape series. I know about that, but how am I going to get it? That's the question. Unfortunately, unlike the children with Toys for Tots, there's no games for gamers. But at least with Toys for Tots, somebody can help another child have a smile on their face and have some good Christmas gifts, and that's what we're here for. It was quickly becoming a habit ever since I started hanging out with Yuzu, but I wasn't ready to break my daily login streak yet. I know the feeling with Grand Summoners. If I had my phone with me this whole time, why the heck didn't I ever try to call someone? That would have been the obvious first step. I'd hurry up and call home. No, Mom was supposed to be working her part-time job today, so her cell phone would be the best bet. How big of an idiot was I? I knew it was bad manners, but I threw myself across the sofa with a Type uwu for a chance to win the game I'm playing right now. It is closing very shortly, in like 4 minutes. Close it at the top of the hour, Yoda. Enter for a chance to get in here. If it had taken me this long to realize the obvious course of action. But now, it wasn't an option anymore. There was no telling how much additional stress this would cause me. I shut my eyes to try to calm myself down. All I could ever feel right now was the softness of the sofa. This was nice. This was very nice. It might have actually been nicer than my own bed. Well, it's time for you to get a watch. I'm sorry. Still half asleep, I brought my phone up to my face to check the time.
6時
I rolled over, burying my face on the back of the sofa, when I suddenly remembered the situation I was in.
そうだ私
I was waiting in Ruka's living room for her to come back, and I fell asleep.
いや待って待って
At one point, I remembered looking for a switch to turn on the lights so I could go into the bathroom. Then I went back to sleep? And then I slept for a really long time? But when I looked at the clock a second ago,
6時
it's 6 a.m.! You really slept a long time, girl. I checked the time with my phone again and finally realized my situation. Yeah, see, I don't know that. As far as I know, there's no answer to that. Probably just infinity. Because literally anything divided by infinity probably would be infinity. Literally anything times infinity would be infinity. And infinity divided by and infinity minus 99.999% of infinity is still infinity. At least that's how I see it anyway. There's multiple... See, I didn't know that. I checked the time on my phone again and finally realized my situation. It had been just after 3 p.m. or 1500 when I flopped onto the sofa. Now it was 6:06 in the morning. Oh, wait.
私
I start reading her a thing again. My mom must have been worried sick, and I don't have any reception here. I was sure to be hell to pay once I got home. I figured I should probably go ahead and start practicing my groveling. That's when I noticed a number of things laid out on the end table. There was a sandwich wrapped in cellophane, a complete set of clothes neatly folded and stacked, a brand new toothbrush, soap, a hand towel, and a bath towel. Next to them was a note written in awkward handwriting that said, "Help yourself." She must have set all of those things out for me while I was sleeping like a log. For instance, let's see here. The amount of positive integers is infinite. Include all negative integers too, and it's a larger infinity. Include all imaginary numbers, and you have an... Yeah, but... Yeah, still infinity is infinity to me. To me. I'll just say that for me. Infinity is affinity. Infinity is just affinity. It's a large number that I'm never going to be able, no matter how much I subtract from it or give to it, it's still infinity. That's just me. And congratulations to Loa. To Loa. Yes, it's actually really good. As far as I know, you can get fluent in Esperanto with it. I think Materion said earlier that he basically knows the language because of the game. And honestly, it does really teach you well. When I did the test earlier, I didn't study those numbers. I didn't study those numbers whatsoever. I just flipped through them to show people what they were like. But when I took that pop quiz, I got 100%. Because apparently, I've actually remembered the number system. Because of when I played the game previously. It's irrelevant unless you're working with complex math like quantum mechanics. Oh, okay, yeah, no. I ain't going that far in math, no. She must have said all those things out for me while I was sleeping like a log. Oh, I hadn't noticed before now, but there was also a warm blanket over me. I wanted to thank her right away, but when I looked around the living room, I didn't see her anywhere. She was probably sleeping in her own room.
じゃあありがたく使わせてもらうね。
I'd save the sandwich for later, but first, I'd freshen up. No, first, a bath. A shower would be fine too, as long as I could clean myself. I snatched up the bath set and headed for the bathroom. And we're going to skip the bath scene. No bath scene for you. You have to play the game to see that. But it was impossible for me to resist. In the end, I was at her mercy. You are free to believe whatever at her mercy that means.
Ya mi devas ekiri al la lernejo. Gako desu.
School!
学校は学校のことかな。Jen estas kroma ŝlosvilo por vi.
I have no idea what you're saying, girl.
全然わかんないけど、何これ？玄関の鍵？オムレット、朝、レゴマサンドイッチ、昼。
Omelet for your breakfast? There's a sandwich for the afternoon?
これはオムレツだね。こっちは？ねえねえ。Minun devas akiri. Gisla.
Gisla.
さっきまでここにあったのって、もういない。
She'd been rushing me around ever since we got out of the bath. And now she'd left me in charge of the house without giving me so much as a chance to ask any questions. For all that to happen while I had been all soapy in the bath. Talk about a surprise.
まみれのまま湯船でとか、びっくりだよ。泡まみれのまま湯。
Of course, I couldn't totally deny that I had dreamed about that sort of thing myself, just a little.
Ĉu komforta estas la varmeco? それ日本語だと？湯加減どうですか？まさかそれを言ってみたくて無理やり湯船に入れたの？気持ちいいですか？
In retrospect, I wasn't convinced she just wanted to get my opinion. I wonder if she... Oh. I kinda do wish that it was that the name part had the background to it as well. Assuming that was the real reason, and I wasn't a little kid, I wish she could have found a way to tell me with gestures instead of suddenly grabbing me from behind and dragging me to the tub.
あの後もお背中流しますか？え、湯船の中で？いいよ。もうね、トルノビアントルソンアルミ。ちょっと違う。今のもみますか？どうですか？いや。
It was one shock after another. This seemed like something that should be reserved for the head of the family, exhausted after a long day of work.
お父さん？
Come to think of it, where was Ruka's family? I just realized she hadn't introduced me to them yet. Wow, you already want to meet the parents.
せめてルカがいるうちに済ませたかったな。
I didn't know where they might be, so I tried to find them by knocking on every door I saw. Her house was just a 2-bedroom apartment, so I quickly realized that there was currently no one there, other than myself, of course.
だから私に鍵を渡したのか。
I really was in charge of the house for her. What if another member of her family got back before she did? If that happened, there was no way I would be able to explain myself.
ご家族も日本語がわかるのかな。
What would I do if they couldn't understand me? I decided to think about it over the omelet Ruka left for me.
ダメだ。そろそろ限界。
Apparently, she can't do it. She's at her limit. And me, I need to get up and get a stretch break. So we're going to watch the sponsor video in just a bit, and I'm going to stretch. I'll be right back. Enjoy a video.
When your world falls apart, it is your family that holds it together.
When he decided that something was going to change.
The city moves real fast, and you got to move with it. You make a million choices a day to survive in Nevadas, and some of those choices are gonna hurt folks.
I saw the woe and torment inflicted by the creatures of the night. My steel will strike onto thee.
We all know they don't make engines like they used to. So at some point, you're gonna need to give the old can some TLC. Just do yourself a favor and avoid doing that in the middle of an asteroid belt.
whether you're a magician or a warrior, there's something for you. This is most exciting.
We're never gonna make it home. We have to go back to our world, user.
I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Trust me.
Cause I'm right near the building. Welcome everybody, adults and to the children. The guitars, the bass, the drum, the rub-a-pum-pum, the dum dee-dee-dee-dum dee-dee-dee-dee-dum.
And I've returned. What do you mean, material, about the 7 minutes? 7 minutes for what? And I am going on over here to the gaming screen once again, as we have changed games. And we are on Trina Line. Go ahead and go over here to this. We are on Trina Line. Yes, my Steam is open because I have to play through. I have to play. All the games are going through Steam. All the games that I'm playing are on Steam. We have Trina Line here, and let me go ahead and unmute the desktop audio. That way you'll be able to hear it when it comes up. That's different with these little pictures here showing up. Let's see here. System. Let's see what kind of... Alright, you got voices. No. Active while in background. Cool, yes. Let's do that. Browsing size. Let's leave it at that since we just been here. There's none of that. There's none of that in the Steam version, so I don't have to worry about that. And let's see here. And are you gonna see the end of any of those visual novels? I won't say a straight no, but I have to get back into actually streaming for myself, Kaze. I have to actually get back into that, rather than just streaming because of an event, or streaming because, you know, another person's going to be with me, so I'm definitely going to stream. I've got to get back into the whole I'm streaming for myself kind of thing. So, with that said, though, let me go ahead and just look. Message speed. Just here. Yeah. Auto play delay to a font. You know, I'm not going to change the font just because sometimes changing the font within the games can be a little bit difficult. Play mode. I guess that's what happens when you press control. Okay, we'll make sure these voices are... Well, you know, we're going to keep the voices on. I haven't heard the voices before, and I think we're okay. Let's keep these settings. Alright. There are no memories. I don't want to exit. I guess we just start, because there's nothing to load. Oh, that's loud. Let me turn that down on stream as well, but also in my headset. That is still incredibly loud. Alright. Let me know if that's better. Also, this is at negative 23 decibels. Your timer is now the giveaway timer.
言葉を繰り返している間に夜空の向こうへ消え去ってしまうからだ。だから私は流れ星なんかに思いを込めたりはしない。この手で未来をつかみ自らの願いを叶える。
Last call for the giveaway, people. Last call for the giveaway. Is the game reading our text to us? Does the game have a narrator for all of the text? Maybe it's just the segment.
キラキラ輝く空の星に。
Oh, I should? Oh. It'll pop up then. Most likely. In a bit. Oh, wait. Yes, I see. Okay, I see. Well, thank you, Materion. I appreciate that. Early Christmas. Accept. Add. Alright. Let me also go ahead and close this. I appreciate that. Well, now, where's my game with Trina line? There we go.
誰かの声が聞こえた。顔を上げる。そこには翼があった。おはよう、トリノ。こんにちは。こんばんは。あなたはトリノ。私が作ったの。トリノ？そうよ。差し出された手に応えるように腕を伸ばす。あなたに与えられた3つの原則を言ってみせて。はい。第1条、アンドロイドは人間に危害を加えてはならない。またその危険を感化することによって人間に危害を及ぼしてはならない。
Hello, Trolls Meeting, how are you doing? Congratulations to Hunt45 for winning, I believe it was a random game. Also, this is kind of cinematic, and I apologize for getting slightly lost in reading what the game was reading to me, because, yeah. I like the cinematics to it, and it's only just started. But before I get into that, thank you for the host, Trolls Midden. Before I get into that, remember, we are raising funds for Toys for Tots. We are trying to get as much money as possible for Toys for Tots as we can in our current situation. There is currently no update on the... Let me check. Yeah, there is currently no update on the... No update on the... the PayPal situation. Okay, thank you. For internationals, this game is Trino Line. The alerts are super quiet. They're kind of meant to be. Yeah, there's no update on the PayPal situation, but it's not on TFT, it's not on Tiltify, and it's not on us. Literally, PayPal is giving the ring around. So, to TFT, and TFT is trying to get answers from PayPal, and it's a mess. But hopefully, before the end of the event, Toys for Tots PayPal will be sorted out. Yes.
第3条、アンドロイドは第1条および第2条に反する恐れのない限り事項を守らなければならない。ありがとう。機械的に口元が動いて言葉を発していく。
Okay, the blinking has me sold. The fact that that they blink has me sold.
あなたはこれからこの世界で生きるの。だからあなたに名前をあげる。名前？あなたは白ね。白ね？そう。それがこの世界での名前。
Not Trino?
白ね。この大空を羽ばたいていく存在。
The use of the word firmament. Okay.
そう。もう一人の白根として。
Okay, so yeah, this game has me sold. Already, I am sold on this game. So far, I think it's an amazing game. Whether the story is, I don't know. I'd have to play through it, but I'm already sold on this game. How is it the name automatically changes when the bot command isn't used, but when the bot command was used, Materion changed it. Once something is forgotten, a person's heart dies a little. Well, that's a little, morbid, isn't it? Are you sure? Because I forget things all the time, and I don't feel like my heart dies a little. Just as the kanji for forget is written from the characters for losing one's heart. Okay, maybe in Japan it is. In due time, everyone forgets both the fun and painful times. On the other end of the spectrum comes a word which means to learn and to see clearly. That, I heard, was the origin of the kanji for remember, which is a combination of the characters for a large I and man. Even if one loses their heart, so long as they see clearly, they will trend away from death toward life. So I hated all of the adults around me who said you were better off forgetting all of your painful memories. The voices, the figures, the sounds, the images. It seemed as if I had to live without regrets because all of those things lingered over me, and I was unable to purge them. However, my heart had been dead ever since that one summer day. What is with games saying about this one day? Whenever the temperature started to rise and I started to remember, I turned a blind eye to the face of that memory. Could you tell us what the memory is? I knew that I would never get to see her again, because time continuously presses forward, never stopping. Just like sand seeping from your hand right through your grip. I alone had become an adult, and her time would forever be frozen. I wonder if I've changed since then. Someone called out to me from incredibly close by. Good night, Gizmodin. Enjoy your sleep, good sir. Your face is way too close, Yuri. I mean, they are cute shoes. Did I get a screenshot of the shoes? I did, and it gave me a screenshot that has, like, a ton of black on the other side of it. Oh, okay. Now I know who the devs of this are, and now I know why the characters blink. I could tell who it was without even having to think about it. There was only one person who would invade my personal space so deliberately. Low Spectrum, thank you for that, host. Okay, I can turn the overlay up because this game is so freaking loud. This game is incredibly loud. You were? I'm sorry. My childhood friend, whom I always walked to school with, Yuri Miyakaze. Although we did have an agreement to head to school regardless of the other person never showing up to our meeting spot. I like the fact that their mouth moves. Again, this dev does a great job on their visual novels. I really do feel bad. I said I was sorry. I know. I may not have looked it, but I was trying to smile. I mean it. I am trying to smile. Okay. Can I save this right quick? I can. Alright. Let's go to page 19. Yes. We're gonna name this Big Smile. Sure. What was that sound effect? And isn't that more of a grin than a smile? Or is that just your way of smiling? Anything goes with you, doesn't it? Got it. Please, go easy on me. These small, friendly conversations were just her way of showing how concerned she was. I bet she'd get mad at me if I said that out loud, though. Yuri and I left the beach at our usual pace and headed for school. By the way, how did you know I would be at the beach? This game is loud! Hold on. Let me find the sound in this thing. Alright. And then I can turn this back up like that. Alright. Alright, if you haven't already hosted, please feel free to host. Alright. Alright. The game is now at 10% within oh god, man, it's still hidden yellow. Alright. Alright, can I turn it? Okay, should be back down there. I literally have the game at 10% in Windows. If you've never played a visual novel before, where would the best free one? Kadoa Shoujo. Just turn off the sex scenes if you're not interested. Like, honestly, Kadoa Shoujo is what got me into visual novels. I'd never heard of a visual novel or the type of game of that before Kadoa Shoujo. And, well, after Kadoa Shoujo, well, I'm me. By the way, how did you know I would be at the beach? Okay. System configuration. Alright. Background. Sound effects. Do I? She hadn't said it outright, but I was sure she went looking for me out of concern for my well-being. Yuri had been practically glued to me for one reason or another since that day. Again, that day. To be honest, it actually annoyed me at first. It was all thanks to her that I'd been able to smile again, and I knew I couldn't possibly thank her enough for it. Oh yeah, it's almost summer break. This will be your first summer vacation since transferring to our school, right? Hit me right where it hurts, why don't you? Yuri was a newly enrolled first-year student, while I was a rematriculating second-year, soon-to-be a third-year. Those ahead of the game were probably working toward achieving their prospective career paths right now. It hurt my head just thinking about it. She did? I left the house right after I woke up this morning. More or less. Pretty much less, right? Pretty much less. And yes, I do have incentives to make you donate to Toys for Tots if you need something other than the joy of donating to Toys for Tots. For $1, you can make me dab, or if you're an uwu person, you can make me end my sentences in uwu for a minute. For $4.99, Team Odd, I will read in my Yoda voice for 3 minutes, which is again another odd number. That is just for you, Team Odd. And for $1,000, I will read in an Uwu Yoda voice for the rest of the stream as long as my voice can hold that voice. It is difficult to do, but I can do it. Look, I decided I'm going to give people on both sides a way to do whatever they want. If you want to be Team Even, that's great. I'm Team Even. But if you're Team Odd, you have a choice. It's a higher paying choice, but you have a choice. Her big bright smile only served to embarrass me. That's mostly gibberish to me, but still pretty incredible all the same. You look really happy about that, Yuri.
忘れてるだろうけど幼馴染だし。
I'm more of a team do whatever. I just prefer the numbers to be even. So I don't care what you do. The money goes for Toys for Tots. It's awesome. Whatever team you're on, do it. Or just do it.
世界を変えるくらいの発明をしちゃうんじゃないかってみんな大期待なんだから。お父さんとお母さんだってサラのことを応援してるし。でももう半分くらい世界を変えちゃってるかもだけど。
Yuri proudly snorted with a heh. It was almost as she were talking about herself. Hello, Avarok. I don't see where you see a handsome man at, but I'm here at least. The androids on this island are operating via the system Sarah came up with, too. I didn't know a lot about it, but I had heard from my dad that Sarah was generating substantial results in the field of android development. Little by little, the androids were permeating society. That's a little blown out of proportion. I forced a smile. These days, androids were even being used in nursing and childcare. The island had been designated as a special administration zone, wherein research could be conducted on all the various possibilities androids could provide, and were allowed to coexist with the island's residents. Naturally, there were those who were skeptical about androids, so this island had been given the duty of acting as a model case for those individuals. Really now. That was why many robotics researchers, engineers, and the like had assembled here. Yeah, she is. Like Sarah, my dad was also involved in android development. He's currently abroad right now, though. Yuri whispered up at the sky, practically talking to herself. If everyone were smiling. Shirone's face, Shirone's face flickered in the corner of my mind, but I gently sealed it away in the depths of my heart. Huh? No, there's no way I could have. Just because I'm at the RRC doesn't mean I can get into the research facility. That was outside a closed window! Or is that the children inside the house? I don't know which one it was. But if it came outside... Child, you are not getting inside this room. That door's locked. My mom babysits neighbor children, and, well, I don't go out there for them. Not that I dislike the kids, but they are a handful. One is barely 1, and one is barely 2. I'll deal with them in a few years, when they're not, so, Yes. What Kazi said. When they're not so that. Not that I know of. There aren't that many people who have seen her in the first place.
あ、そっか。テレビに出るのは高校の人だし、人前に出るのが嫌いなのかな。
Which explained why the image I had of Sarah was stuck in her childhood form.
すごく美人になってるね。
Who knows?
だってすっごく綺麗だったし。
The way Yuri described her as pretty rather than cute represented Sarah perfectly, in my opinion. Even back then, Sarah had a somewhat mature air to her. You could sense something mysterious within those distant eyes of hers. How pretty. I do believe that's the expression I had of her even in my younger days. That's why I admired her so. What if she's still like a kid? This is kind of like playing an anime? Hard to say. Yuri sounded like she was having a lot of fun speculating as we talked. Who knows? You know Sumigi-san better than I do. What's with that face? What's with the smirk? What are you talking about? Ugh. I let out an incredulous sigh. That's way too hasty, any way you slice it. She never said anything like that to me. Less interested, more supportive. Just like you are. Yuri's grin was clearly intended to mock me. Actually, I have heard a little about Tsumugi-san from my dad. It's from a while back, but I heard she spends most of her time holed up in her room doing nothing but research. That was the summed up version of what I'd heard about Sarah from Dad. I never asked any follow-up questions on my own, nor did I have any idea of what became of her after the fact. Yeah? Uwu needs to embrace the uwu, love the uwu, whip the uwu, let the uwu infest your soul. Bow to your uwu awards, ladies and mules. How you doing, Salisa? Makes you wonder. Still, she must be doing well. There's no way she'd be able to come up with so many inventions otherwise, right? I'm doing pretty great. Pretty good. Enjoying myself. Playing what is clearly meant to be an anime. Like, I honestly could watch this as an anime. Hey, we got $1.07 here, and it's time to add some uwus, and it's also Team Odd. Well, if you're a Team Even person, you need to donate and make it even again. Uwu. Why not invite her to hang out during summer break then, Uwu? I made the suggestion in an attempt to do something about the depressed look she had on her face, Uwu. I'm not sure, but let's invite her anyway. Uwu. If she turns us down, that's fine, Uwu.
りにバーベキューに山登り、この島には楽しいことがいっぱいあるんだから。
Just as Yuri, or Yuuri, puffed up her chest and regained her cheer, the silhouette of the school came into view. No, but there is the exclamation point yummy Yoda. Wow, I can add later. Of course, those things are deactivated when I'm not streaming, so you can't get me with them later. But when I am streaming, they will be active.
Yummy, yummy dog food?
See? Just like that. She's kind of noisy this morning, huh? That should be quote 0. As the first quote into the bot material.
Yummy, yummy dog food?
Yes, yes. What are they doing over there? At the school gates, a raised voice with characteristic intonation reached my ears. No, not as far as I know. There was a quote with a there was a command with a clip, but it was an old clip link, so it no longer works. Thanks, Twitch. It felt like I'd heard this off-kilter accent, as if from some pseudo-foreigner somewhere before. Hmm? Huh? Weren't acting that way before, so why now? That reminds me, aren't you on the disciplinary committee? Please tell me she's an android, because her eyes are incredibly, way too anime. Those eyes scare me. What's your language? Why are you cursing in English in my Japanese game? I cannot deal with this girl. I cannot deal with this girl. Senpai, please calm down. People are staring. If I recalled her fur name? Why am I now replacing L's with R's now? Her full name was Hanako F. Bristol. It wasn't just for show. She seemed to be a genuine foreigner. Her accent was still suspicious, though. Yuri and I aren't like that. Anyway, that doesn't really apply to us since we're not actually on school grounds yet.
しましょう。
Okay, I love the depth of field.
だいたい朝の挨拶運動って言ったって先輩一人しかいないじゃない。他の委員は？挨拶はしたい人がすればいいのです。もちろんみんなが自然と気持ちのいい挨拶をするのがベストではありますか？
Okay, sorry, your eyes are just too much, girl. Too anime. Too anime. Like, calm those eyes down. Thank you.
その代わり私はみんなが元気よく挨拶をするまでこの運動を一人でも続けます。
She declared brazenly, without malice nor sarcasm. I was pretty sure this candid side of her was the reason why everyone adored her so much.
ユーリ、あなたは風紀委員です。他の生徒の模範とならなくてはいけません。ですから強制はしませんがお願いさせてください。委員としての仕事
Would you please do your job? Yuri's reaction to Hanako-senpai's polite request was similar to an elementary schooler who had just been given food they disliked. As bad as she may have been at dealing with Hanako-senpai, Yuri was a meek girl at her core, so direct remarks like these were incredibly effective on her.
Hi, Yuri. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
What?
Why are you bringing any, No, there's two ways to translate. There are like two main ways to translate Japanese. And one way includes M as being where you would put the N. And then another way has N there. The character in Japanese can be translated slightly differently. It does have slight different intonations depending on where it's being used at. Sometimes it sounds more like an M, and then sometimes it sounds more like an N, and it just depends on which way you're translating it, and which version of translation that you're using, and it depends on on translator's choice, really. Because it can go either way. There's no difference between senpai and senpai. It is literally the same thing, just a different way of translating it. That's why you have some translators out there that have, they'll use to represent the long O, instead of just using the O and a slash, they'll go OH, because there's two different ways of translating Japanese, like two really main ways, and one way has certain ways that you do things, and the other way has a different way that you do things. It just depends on which one of those ways of translating that you're using, or if you're using a mix, because honestly, you could use a mix of the two as well. It just depends on how you're writing it, which one you prefer. I don't know the names of the two different ways, but that's what I've learned. There's two different ways. That's why there's senpai and senpai, because the M is from one way and the N is from another way.
もう先を急ぎますので。
I came here to raise money for kids, and that's what I'm gonna do. We're raising money for Toys for Tots. If you have it in you and you live in the US, with a US PayPal. I wish I didn't have to say that. If you have a US PayPal or a credit card or something that you can use to donate, feel free to do so right now to Toys for Tots, an organization created over 60 years ago to bring children joy on Christmas by bringing them the joy of a new toy, something that they don't otherwise have. And is that light reflecting? That light in the game, the sunlight coming from the top. Oh my god, that is beautiful lighting. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of talking for Toys for Tots. Anyway, we're raising money. The 12 Days of Indie is 12 days of indie gaming, and such. Even music development, all types of creators coming around and just doing as much as they can to raise money and awareness for Toys for Tots. Because just like indie devs, they know what it's like to go without. Rather than going without, you can go without that morning coffee or that takeout that you ordered for your contactless delivery. You can go without that for one day. For one day. I know I'm making assumptions, but I'm speaking to Americans right now. Because literally no one else can donate except for people in America, really. Thank you, PayPal. Anyway, if you do want a copy of this game, we actually can give away a copy of this game. We can give away a copy of this game. In fact, it will freely be able to be given away. You can do that. You can do that. This game is another a really good game so far that I'm very much enjoying. Just because, well, I mean, look at the depth of field. And, like as I said, the sun rays are animated. They're not just static. They're there. I like this game a lot. Are you trying to bribe me, girl? You trying to bribe me, girl? Getting in there. Okay. This game has amazing sound. Ganana. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Yuri groaned at the streamer's apparent joke and seeming conflicted by the golden opportunity presented to her. I personally didn't want Yuri to repeat the year, so I hoped she would accept Hanako-senpai's proposal. Bruh. Bruh.
風紀委員の委員長になるのですから。私、委員長になるなんて一言も。
Forcing the presidency on somebody else, huh?
何を言っているのです。私の見込んだ有利なら No problem。風紀は一日にしてならず。
Morality wasn't built in a day. That's a great quote. Morality wasn't built in a day. Waves of students hurried past Hanako-senpai and Yuri as their dispute unfurled. We were going to be late if we kept this up. Hanako-senpai, could we talk about this later? We aren't going to make it in time for homeroom. Huh? I blinked 2 or 3 times. Just now, for an instant. Look at the depth of field! I like the depth of field! No, it couldn't be. She was a genius and had no reason to take classes. There's no way she'd come to school. Why do you have the best faces in the game, Yuri? Maybe I was going crazy since Yuri and I had been talking about her earlier. She reminds me of Dee Dee with the way she splatters English all up in her Japanese. Yuri's been gone. What's your language? Oh, watch your language. I can't pay for your swear jar. Oh, I can't even pay for my own. I've been doing good. Now that their usual slapstick routine has ended, I recall that earlier sight. Who the heck was that? Oh well, may as well head to class myself. And let me do a save right quick. Since we're already on page 1, so I will save this real quick. Don't need no thing. I apologize. I need another stretch because my body's getting old, kind of, and like it needs stretches more often, and I need water. So, yeah. But when I come back to the computer, as soon as I come back, we're getting back into the game. So, even though you're going to see this, well, no, I can't do a sponsor video. You're just going to see the Be Right Back screen. And enjoy some music from Popsky. That's what we're going to do right quick. Because I've already shown the video right quick, and I don't want to show it twice within an hour. You know, that's a little bit too much. Not saying that we don't have good sponsors, but I mean, the video is 10 minutes long. So, we're going to see this thing. Let me bring up the thing right quick. Alright, go ahead and play this. Alright. I shall be back. Hello, I'm back. Told you it wouldn't be too long.
Yummy, yummy dog food.
Anyway, let's get back to the game screen real quick. Here we go. Alright. Oh, I'm off center on the... There we go. Thank you. Go ahead and, Yoda, go ahead and start up a giveaway for Trino Line. Go ahead and start that up. If y'all want more giveaways of this game, you're gonna have to donate for it. How much money has Yoda, if you could, how much money has been raised since I have gone up? Because I know there's been a few donations. I just haven't kept the correct amount and added it up in my head. You saw all that? The first person who spoke to me as I set down my bag was my classmate, Ayaka Hibino-san. Yeah, wait, if you were watching, I wish you would have said something. $3.07? Okay, then we're like $11.93 away from, giving away another copy of this game. It looked to be troubling, so she didn't do anything. I love you. You're a good girl. Oh, come on. I would have treated you to ice cream again in exchange for the help. Oh, you aren't? They're all desserts. Oh, that's right. Hibino-san was obsessed with some rather odd flavors. Alright, Rex says if we reach $3,000 raised during the rest of the stream, then another overlay streamer package will be given away. And Chillin' Rexy is also not only one of our administrators for the event, but also a sponsor of the event as well. So, feel free, if you can reach down deep into your American wallets and pull out your American money so that through an American PayPal, go ahead and do it. I wish I didn't have to put American in front of that. Let me check Discord. No update from the Discord, so no. Wish I didn't have to put that there. We shall try and get that fixed as expediently as we can, folks. Just gotta wait for PayPal to do its thing. And deal with PayPal customer support. As soon as we have an update, we'll let you know. That wasn't what I was shooting for. Nanami. I still don't have any special skills, nor do I have as many friends as you do, Hibino-san. I'm empty like air. Huh? Is that true? It isn't even the start of a new term. Talk about weird timing.
島 RRC 以外は目立った仕事もないけど。
The only other possibility was the tourist trade, which capitalized on the island's pristine beaches.
でもあんまり生活には困らないよね。 RRC のおかげでコンビニもあるし。
I very much like seeing this as an anime. I like the fact that the characters' mouths move. I like that they blink. I like that there's a lot of depth of field towards the images. I like that certain things are animated. This is a very well polished visual novel, adding elements of things that aren't usually in visual novels.
先週から隣のおばさん家にソルティの試作機が来たの。あの子結構可愛いよね。
That's a shopping assistant android, right?
また2週間経ったら研究所に戻さなきゃいけないんだけどね。
The Salty model Hibino-san mentioned was a type of humanoid robot developed by the RRC. It could carry your bags and automatically print recipes for ingredients. Although I called it humanoid, that was only to the extent that it was capable of upright bipedal movement. You could still distinguish it from a human at a glance. So that's where they're going with this game. I'm sure it won't take very long once they get the laws and administrative issues all streamlined. This island was specifically chosen for Android development, so it's accommodating in all sorts of ways. I wondered if she was involved in the development of the android's visible occasion. I wondered if she was involved in the developments of the androids visible occasionally around town as well. That is a very weird sentence to read out loud. I had gotten my hopes up when Hibino-san said transfer student, but it was a different matter altogether that the student was from a lower grade. I must have been seeing things earlier or something.
職員室の前を通りかかったらいつもより想像しかった気がする。もしかしてすっごく可愛い子が来ちゃったのかな。
Maybe they're not, and they've got some sort of pop quiz planned for us instead.
鋭いね。さすがナナミくん。その線もあると見て、私はそろそろ着席しようかな。
Hibino-san gave a gentle wave and returned to her desk. I had known Hibino-san about as long as Yuri, but we weren't nearly as close. I don't know why I'm reading this so angrily, but it feels right. Since that day, I found it difficult to express my feelings, so I was never able to drop the formalities around anyone aside from Yuri. She didn't let that bother her and always treated me impartially. For that, I was grateful. Homeroom passed by as indifferently as ever. I ignored the teacher's ramblings and waited for the end-of-period bell to ring. Oh, come on, Rexy. Ubus aren't bad. I love you, Rexy. Please don't hate the Ubus. The teacher showed no signs of giving us a pop quiz, so it was likely first period would be incident-free. I readjusted in my seat. And we're done. Like Yoda said, type Trino and a chance to win this current game. Hey, we got ourselves a raid. Kindred Games raiding. Raid Welcome, Raiders, to the 12 Days of Indie, where we raise money for Toys for Tots and try to get toys for kids on Christmas. Don't know what Toys for Tots is? Toys for Tots is an organization that was created 60 years ago by the U.S. Marines in order to do just what I just said, bring toys to children over Christmas who otherwise they would not be able to afford a new toy. Don't you want to give the joy of a new toy to a new kid? Don't you want to do that? Hit that donate button. And on the other end of this, I have to say that if you're using PayPal, it must be from a PayPal registered within the U.S. because otherwise, currently, the Toys for Tots PayPal will not actually accept donations from PayPals outside the U.S. at the moment. But if you're using the credit card or something, you probably can, your credit or debit card, you can probably still donate, I assume. But if you're not and you're using PayPal, you'll either need to wait for us to be able to accept international donations or just... I wish I didn't have to tag that on. Can you give the joy to a toy of an old kid as opposed to a new one? Well, if you can, it's possible. I don't know if Toys for Tot does repeats. But if they do, then yeah, absolutely. Right now we're running a giveaway in chat. If you want to enter in for the giveaway for the game that I'm currently playing, that pretty much looks like an anime, type in Trino, Trino, and you will be able to enter yourself into that giveaway for it. It will be closing when I say so, so feel free to enter in right now. No exclamation point, just Trino, Trino. Right now, if we reach $3,000 given, and during this stream, we're also doing a streamer overlay giveaway to people from our sponsor, Chillin' Rexy, right there. She has offered up another giveaway of the streamer overlays. So feel free to, if you can donate, $1 will make me dab for you if you want to see me dab. Or if you want me to end all my sentences in uwu for a minute, you can do that for $1. For $4.99 or above, I will read in a Yoda voice.
That means that I'll say, once I caught sight of the figure making her way to the podium, my eyes became glued on her.
You'll get that for 3 minutes. You'll get that for 3 minutes. And if you have some deep pockets, you'll make me read in that Yoda voice with an uwu Yoda voice. That means that instead of reading once I caught sight of the figure making her way to the podium, my eyes became glued on her. It'll sound more like once I caught sight of the figure making her way to the podium, my eyes became glued on her. Except in Yoda's voice. So if you have them deep pockets, you can do that for $1,000. Just saying. Just saying. Would $5.99 get an incentive in ending your sentences in uwu while sounding like yes? Yes, it would. And Rexy, what? Who did what? I don't know. Oh. I don't know. Someone did my name. I don't know. I don't know who did it, but someone did my name too. Anyway, so those are my donation incentives. Once again, raising money for Toys for Tots. I hope I can be entertaining to you. Enough for you to get to donate. If not, well, we do have plenty more days to go in the 12 days of indie. So we have plenty more streamers, plenty other games, plenty other things, and if you're international, hopefully before the last day you'll be able to donate. I can only hope that it will happen before the last day. We have no way of knowing when PayPal will get off their butts and actually be able to help TFT get those international donations. But for now, we good. We good. Let's keep going. Her dignified voice rang out, practically shattering the tense air that hung over the silent class. Again, I don't know why I'm reading this so angrily. It just feels like it fits. What was with that hair flick? Oh hey, the character that we've all been talking about. Everyone except for me was frozen in place. We stared at her with wide eyes, as if we'd have been glared at by Medusa herself. Our honest impression was that she, Sarah, really did exist. I don't know what's up with them right now, Ari. Just... Her translucent limbs were so dainty and delicate that it was hard to imagine a past in which we had played in the mud together as kids. She had likely forgotten all about that by now. Otherwise, Sarah would never have grown up looking the way she does now. Thank you. Okay, I know it's gotta be. I know exactly who it's gotta be. Cohen! I'm calling you out now! I'm doing it. I swear it's you. I swear it's you. With the homeroom teacher also staring at her in silence, an unsurprisingly troubled expression crept onto Sarah's face. Yeah, I can tell from your wording that you're actually the one who's doing it. I'm calling you out. I'm betting you're the one. She gave a quick bow and a slight smile. Huh? What? Wait, what? Wait, why are you re-enrolling and then leaving? Her unexpected statement rendered everyone in class dumbfounded. Sarah elegantly made her way back to the door she came in through. Sarah? When I cried out her name in my heart, our eyes met for a brief moment. Sarah's mouth gently moved. A subtle movement, the sort nobody would notice unless they were paying attention. Hurry and follow me. I quickly stood up in response to her silent request. I think the teacher tried to stop me, but it went in one ear and out the other. I inadvertently rushed out of the classroom. Sarah! She stopped in place. See, now I know it's somebody else doing it. Cause if it was Lady Kazu, she would have said Kazuwu, not Kazeuwu. Someone's messing up. I got my eyes on you, Cohen. She stopped in place at the sound of her own name. Oh, sorry, Tsumugi-san. I called her by her first name on reflex. I'd never felt this sort of impact from hearing my own name before. Memories of playing with Sarah when we were younger vividly washed over me. The feelings that came along with them got in the way, leaving me at a loss for words, like I was a dirty pig boy. Now I know where I got that voice from. Oh, now I know where I got that voice from. You remembered me? Well, if it's not so much that I need anything, I just have so many things I want to ask you. I had been moping around, avoiding everyone I possibly could since that day, including Sarah. It wasn't in response to that, but my body autonomously sprang into action before I could register what was happening. The birdcage? Can't we talk now? Sarah suddenly whispered, seemingly obstructing my question. I wasn't great with abstract conversations, but Sarah was probably trying to confirm whether my feelings had remained unchanged since that day. All I can say for sure is that the memories of my time with Shirone meant the world to me. Of course, the same could be said for when I played with Yuri, or with you. What vote about what? Wait, vote about what? What's vote? What vote? What are we voting on? I am highly confused. About Twitch playing Among Us? Oh! Going. Of course, the same could be said for when I played with Yuri or with you. So, when you say birdcage, you mean that birdcage? Birdcage. That single word was all it took for me to know Sarah hadn't forgotten about me. It was on RRC grounds, and we had played there together all the time when we were younger. But I can't get into there anymore. My smartphone suddenly vibrated. An email?
スマホをかざせば入れるようにしたから。それとサラでいい？ね、シュン、待ってる。
Well then, apparently, this girl has everything that she wants, except for Shun. And she walks off. Sarah disappeared without ever looking back at me. I absent-mindedly stood in place for a while, completely motionless. Thank you. It sounds like you settled everyone down for me, Hibino-san. I love this music. It was lunchtime. I bowed my head to Hibino-san. Yeah, I was mildly concerned about any rumors that may have spread after I had chased after Sarah earlier, so this was a lifesaver. Hello, MCP. An uwu bot? Where it adds uwu to your names. Oh, if someone knows how to code that, sure, I guess they can do that. Me? No, I can't, so... How are you doing tonight, MCP? I was mildly concerned about any rumors that may have spread after I chased after Sarah earlier, so this was a lifesaver. Yeah, put that there like that. There we go. What in the world had she said for everyone, including our teacher, to understand? Or, more likely, to silence them? Well, that's actually quite easy to answer, Lady Cassie. It's because the visual novel industry is a man-oriented industry, very much so, especially in Japan. Most of the people who work and control visual novels are men, and men in Japan have a very large obsession with large breasts. I mean, men everywhere have a large obsession with large breasts as well, but it's especially known in Japan about that. Doing good. Thank you. Been binging on Foregone all day. That's good to hear. That's a good game. I played a little bit of it on my Switch last night after I won the copy of it, and I'm bad at it, but it's fun. More or less, yeah. What? No, that's not what that was about. Like I said, it's nothing like that. I could hear Yuri's voice from the other side of the room. You've died 30 times and broke a controller. So, see, I can't afford to break the controller on my Switch, so when I started getting frustrated with it, I just put the Switch down. Because literally, I can't afford new Joy-Cons. Oops, it would have been bad if Miyakaze-san had heard that, huh? Oh wait, she already said that, huh? Keep your voice down, Hibino-san. Amused, Hibino-san bounced away as Yuri ran up to take her place. Yeah. Hello, Ellie Berry. Welcome to the stream. I didn't, but Samugi-san just happened to come to our class this morning and... Sarah's not here anymore. She left. I'm having an excellent time, Ellie. We have a giveaway going on for this game. Just enter by going Trino, Trino. Capitalization does not matter. If you don't already have this game and you want it, feel free to enter. We have a giveaway running for it. Yuri looked around the classroom, eyeballing anyone who even remotely resembled Sarah. Sure was. I was amused by how Yuri was excitedly bouncing around the room like a kid. Oh. Alright, we're gonna save. At the end of this video, at the end of the video that plays, that's when I want you to roll the giveaway, Yoda. For now though, I've been Lolinia, and I'm playing the sponsor video, so this is the end of the stream, my friends. This is the end of the stream. We made it. We did it. We raised some money for the kids. Nobody had the deep pockets, but maybe next time, huh? Maybe next time. Anyway, I've been Lolinia. Enjoy the sponsors.
When your world falls apart, It is your family that holds it together.
When he decided that something was going to change.
The city moves real fast, and you got to move with it. You make a million choices a day to survive in Nevadas, and some of those choices are gonna hurt folks.
I saw the woe and torment inflicted by the creatures of the night. My steel will strike onto thee.
We all know they don't make engines like they used to. So at some point, you're gonna need to give the old can some TLC. Just do yourself a favor and avoid doing that in the middle of an asteroid belt.
Careful! Careful! Here I go!
Whether you're a magician or a warrior, there's something for you.
most exciting.
Oh, we're never gonna make it home. We have to go back to our world, user!
I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Trust me.
Fast cause I'm right near the building. Welcome everybody, adults and to the children. The guitars, the bass, the drum, the ruppa-puppa-pum, the dum, dee-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-dum.